When you think about footballing legends, your mind jumps to Messi's goals, Ronaldo's records, or Iniesta's artistry. But behind those dazzling moments, there was always one man in the shadows, pulling the strings, dictating the game and the rhythm, and making it all possible. That man was Sergio the Architect Busquets. And now, as he officially retires from professional football, we celebrate not just his career, but his mastery. Because while others chase the headlines, Busquets built dynasties. Without further ado, let's get into it because we need to celebrate. The architect. Busquets' journey is not a story. Busquets' journey is a story of patience and intelligence. He wasn't a flashy wonder kid who exploded into the scene with goals and viral clips. Instead, Pep Guardiola promoted him from Barcelona B in 2008 because he saw something special. An understanding of space and time that few players possessed. And by the way, we still haven't seen a similar player since. And it didn't take long for the world to notice. Within a year, Busquets was a starter in one of the greatest sides, in one of the greatest club sides of all time. Playing alongside Xavi and Iniesta, he became the glue to Guardiola's tiki-taka. The revolution we all saw in style of play. He wasn't the one scoring or delivering the killer pass, but he was the man who ensured that the system never broke down. By the time he was 21, Busquets was lifting the Champions League trophy. At 22, he was lifting the World Cup. At 23, a European champion. Achievements that most players dream about in a lifetime. Sergio Busquets had collected before his season, before his career even truly began. So what made him so unique? Why do so many call him the best defensive midfielder of all time, of his generation? The answer lies in simplicity. Busquets wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the strongest, or was he the most technical player on the pitch? But he had two qualities that separated him from every single person else: intelligence and anticipation. He could read the game like a grandmaster reads chess, one step ahead of people. He knew where the ball would be before it got there. Opponents often said it felt like he had eyes behind the back of his head. His positional sense was so perfect that he made tackling look effortless. He didn't just chase. He didn't even need to chase because he was already there. And then was his calmness. Remembering La Correta under pressure. The little boy feint that made strikers look foolish. Busquets turned high pressure situations into art. No panic, no wasted movement, just elegance. As Pep once said, if you watch the game, you don't see Busquets. But if you watch Busquets, you see the whole game. What a quote. I want to repeat that. If you watch the game, you don't see Busquets. But if you watch Busquets, you see the whole game. Busquets wasn't just a cog in the system. He was the foundation. For Barcelona, he was the safety net that allowed Messi, Xavi, Iniesta to shine. For Spain, he was the heartbeat of a golden era, helping deliver the historic World Cup in 2010 and the back-to-back Euros in 2008 and in 2012. Think about this. How many players in history can say they were an automatic starter in both the greatest club side and the greatest national team of all time? However, Busquets can claim that. His trophy cabinet speaks for itself. 9 La Liga titles, 3 Champions Leagues, 7 Copa del Reys, a World Cup, two European championships. But his legacy isn't just in silverware. It is how he redefined what meant to be a defensive midfielder. Before Busquets, the number 6 was often seen as a destroyer, a tough tackler who broke up play. After Busquets, the role became something else entirely. A deep-lying orchestra, a silent controller of the game. Now he steps away from professional football. Tributes are pouring in from across the globe. Coaches, teammates, and even rivals have one thing in common: respect. Because Busquets didn't just win trophies, he won admiration. He leaves the game as a legend who didn't need the spotlight, because he was the spotlight for those who truly understood football. So here it goes to Sergio Busquets, the quiet genius, the master of simplicity, the man who made football look like art, the architect. He may have retired, but his influence will live on in every young midfielder who dreams of dictating a game, not with flash, but with brilliance. Thank you, Sergio Busquets. The game will never forget you.